We have a lot going on, and it started today with a very pleasant day, a windy day, one that's going to continue to see those winds pick up, and temperatures in some locations reached up to the 80s today. We're still seeing that over in Pine Village. Here in Lafayette, we're at 76 degrees. We can see that up in Monticello as well, in Remington, Morocco, mainly in the mid 70s, just about area wide, but a lot of wind out there to go on along with it. Taking a look at these wind speeds, these are your consistent wind speeds. We're seeing 15 miles an hour wind speeds here in Lafayette, 22 down in Crawfordsville. Up in Monticello, we're talking about 10 miles an hour. Those winds I do expect to pick up as we head through the evening hours as the storms are building in this way. The wind gusts are also going to go up. Here are where those are at right now. Again, in the 30s here in Lafayette. We can see 20s in Crawfordsville and Frankfort, as well as up in Winnemac as well. We're going to see those also increase. I'm going to break that down a little bit coming up later on in my forecast here. Taking a look at the watches and warnings, no big surprise here. We have some high wind watches in effect. We have some wind watches in effect. Lots of activity going on. Those will continue as we go through the evening hours. They're all listed. We have a lot to cover. So make sure you're keeping things in your yard. Make sure you bring them inside. Just take some precautions now while it's still light outside as we have more activity moving this way during the overnight hours. Satellite and radar showing you that cloud cover that's been building in. Again, this is just kind of the start of the system that's going to be moving this way. When we zoom out, you can see the larger system here, all looping around with that low pressure system still well off to the west. That's going to be making its way this way over the next couple of days and really creating quite a bit of active weather for us. And it starts during the overnight hours. Well, it started with the wind, but we're going to see the storms during the overnight hours, and you can see those here already going through the Great Plains. Those are going to continue to move in our direction. Let's take this out, time it out with Futurecast. We're going to start tonight at 11 p.m. You can see the winds really strong coming out of the south, feeding into this system. The rain's going to start to build in as we look at that 1 o'clock hour, and that's really going to be when those heavy storms start to move this way. As we go through the overnight, the storms will continue to build in, and at 3 a.m. you can see almost area-wide some very strong storms, pockets of red there indicating they're going to have thunder, lightning, strong winds as well to go along with this, and this is why we are under that enhanced risk of severe weather during the overnight hours. Then as we go through the overnight into the early morning, we start to see that rain clear out. We're even going to see these clouds clear out as we head into early Saturday morning. Another chance of rain, though, as we go into the day on Saturday. Back focused on the overnight hours. Here is that enhanced risk of severe weather. You can see it covers almost our entire location, with corners of Fountain and Warren County under a moderate risk of severe weather. So definitely something to keep your eye on as you head into the overnight hours. I mentioned it at the top of the show. We talked about FEMA preparations. Make sure you're prepared. This is a lot of times where we're going to be sleeping, so we want to make sure you stay up, or you can be woken up by the alert should something go off. Taking a look at the tornado outlook, we are looking at about a 5% chance for a tornado across every one of our counties. That is relatively low for some other counties. We are seeing it much higher, but those are more to the south. As for the hail potential, that's a bit higher. You can see some of our counties are at a 15% risk of hail. Wind damage is where it really looks like we're going to be looking at our main severe weather potential. You can see here a 30% chance here across most of our area. These black hatches just mean that there is a significant chance of some severe weather damage, wind damage rather, that is. So wind is the big thing. Again, this is the time to bring in the patio furniture, secure anything that you've got down while it's daylight out, and it's still really quite nice out as well. We're going to break this down hour by hour. Taking a look here, you can see 7 p.m. still going to be very pleasant, 75 degrees. You can see the wind gusts picking up as we head into the overnights, though. 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts at 10 p.m., 50 at 1 a.m. And again, that's going to be when that storm's expecting to build in. And no surprise, as we head through the overnight hours, temperatures will be decreasing. However, not all that low. Because we have that cloud cover and the storm activity, we're really going to be seeing that still quite a bit. As we go into the day Saturday, you can see the rain showers there. Those will continue as we go through the day on Saturday. Spotty in nature, but we're going to be reaching 71 degrees for the high on Saturday before we have that cold front build in. That's going to bring temperatures down again on Sunday, but we'll rebound just in time for St. Patrick's Day.